joined by Hofstra assistant coach Mike DePauli and German Plotnikov. Coach DePauli, just your thoughts on tonight's game, please.
Yeah, start credit to Monmouth. They stayed with it. We had a 16-point lead in the first half. They stayed with it. They got back in the game. We missed some free throws, gave up too many offensive rebounds. Story of the night was we fouled too much. So 35 free throws, 18 free throws for one player. Number 3, Madison Durr. It's what he does. He goes in there and gets fouled. We really tried to emphasize it this week. You got to be able to play with physicality without fouling. We're going to have to go back and look at the fouls and learn from them. But overall, proud of our grit tonight. Monmouth only led for 22 seconds tonight. I thought we came out after Hampton, which was not a good showing, and we played with a lot of grit. It's a credit to these guys. I mean, defensively, we did a really good job. They shot 39% from the floor on the game. So that's always our goal, is to hold the teams in the 30s from a defensive field goal percentage standpoint. What we didn't do a good job of, again, is doing it without fouling, and then the 12 offensive rebounds. So,
Mike, even though the results haven't been there the last couple of weeks, what can you learn from this stretch with another 3 more regular season games left and then going into DC?
You have to continue to learn. You have to continue to learn about this group. You have to continue to learn about your players. You have to continue to try and get better. There hasn't been any quitting these guys. Our last couple practices were through the roof energy. He's a big reason why. He's got no quitting him. I know how he's feeling right now. I really wanted this one for our guys. I felt like we played hard enough to win it. Some calls didn't go our way there at the end, but we have to fix that. That's in our control. We got to make more free throws. So, yeah, we got to control the controllables, I guess, Jay, is the best way to say it. The stuff we have control over, we need to really do a better job with. Again, finishing possessions with defensive rebounds and making our free throws offensively.
For German, great two-way game for you tonight on a bright spot, one of your best offensive performances of the season, probably the best. What allowed you to use your confidence, seeing this kind of defense to present against you with their length, and what can you kind of build off to kind of stay in an offensive rhythm?
I'm just glad I made my shots. I'm just glad the ball found me, my point guard found me, and I made my shots. That's all it is.
For both you guys, what's been so difficult about closing out halves and games? They obviously closed with 16-9, and then it was like 18-4 something in the game. Like, do you finger on anything that you guys are doing so well for 15 minutes that you don't do the last 5 or 4?
Yeah, it's a really good question, Jared. I wish I had a perfect answer for you, because I feel like if we did, it would we would be able to finish halves better, finish games better. What I'll say is it's a lot of new guys in a lot of new positions, guys who necessarily haven't been out there closing out games at their previous spots. I guess the frustrating part now is they've played a lot of minutes, so you'd like to think that we'd have more comfort in closing out games. I also think it's just momentum's a fragile thing. And, I think if we can get one of these, we can really stack them. Unfortunately, the mindset right now is it's just fragile late in games, and we're trying to give them confidence. They're good players. But, confidence is a real thing. Being confident in your shot when you're open, to drill the shot, to continue to play loose, play aggressive, expecting to win is a real thing late in games. We've had that here for 3 straight years. We're close games, man. We expect to win. We do all the little things late in games, and that's back to Jane's point. We just have to continue to do the little things better late in games that are going to allow us to win those games.
Coach, you mentioned the fouls. How can you fix that?
Oh, man. Again, I wish I had a better answer for you. It's something we really emphasized this week with them, again, especially Madison Durr. He's 12th in the country at getting fouled, at drawing fouls. I have to watch what I say, but I think we just got to go back and learn from some of those fouls tonight. There was a couple that he reached on one, and he's tremendous. He plays so hard, plays with so much aggression out there. It helps us in so many ways. We need to control our aggression a little bit better defensively, if that makes sense. Fouling negates hustle. There's a couple times there. Listen, we're really good at a lot of things defensively. Low shot clock defense is something we're not. We have a tendency to get antsy and foul late in shot clocks. We did foul him on a jump shot tonight. We hooked him one time in the post. He reached one time. I'm just talking about the ones I know. Some of the ones I haven't been able to see on film. But, yeah, we have to play with physicality without fouling, because you can't lose that defensive edge. You can't go out there and play not to foul, right? But we do have to clean that up.
Is it a matter of just executing better to close out these games, or Is there something maybe that you might want to look at differently, try differently? Like, sometimes teams press you guys, get back in the game, maybe you press them or something like that.
Yeah, it's believe me, we talk about everything, and it's a really good question. One of those things, we talk about the pressing is Gene and Cruz play a ton of minutes for us, so we have to be careful about wearing them down. We do want them to be fresh to close out games, but believe me, pressing's an option. The thing with pressing, sometimes you can lose some matchup integrity. So if you're trying to get a guy to a matchup, and our half court defense has been really good. But yeah, it's definitely something that there's no wrong answer right now. So it's something we have been looking at, something we've played a little bit, we've tinkered with a little bit the last couple games. We're very big on not giving up easy baskets. So when you press, you do extend the court a little bit, you do overextend gaps. But yeah, man, I would have liked to see us come up with a couple more rebounds late. I would have liked to see us not foul late, and then I think we would have held them in the 50s again because they shot 39% from the floor.
Coach Silas and Michael had a lot of big buckets for you guys. Down the stretch, it seemed like you were huge and sort of warding them off in the second half. Did you speak on their impact today?
I can't say enough good things about Silas Sunday and Michael Graham. I mean, they are two of the most low maintenance individuals, and it's just funny. I reminded the group yesterday, the blue group, just be thankful for them because they do so much thankless things. It's almost like the O-line in football. Like they're the most important piece in what we do right now. They anchor our defense. Offensively, they catch it down there. They finish. They're so unselfish down there. Michael's fourth in the country in offensive rebounding percentage. He had 4 tonight. I can't say enough good things about those guys. They're so bought in. They're so committed. So I wish we'd get this one. They deserve it in that locker room. That's what's frustrating for us as coaches right now. They deserve more wins than we have right now. They're a great group. They're staying with it. We just need to validate it by getting some wins. And it's not easy, right? No one's going to give it to you. No one feels bad for Hofstra. We have to go take it.
Coach, that was you guys' 6 straight loss. How do you guys stay confident in yourselves?
Yeah, good question. Like I said before, momentum's a hell of a thing, right? You see your first couple shots go in, you do it naturally, you start to feel better. You miss a couple shots, you start to question things with what you're doing. When you lose 6 in a row, you start to question, right? And to these guys' credit, they've stayed with it. I think to answer your question, the only thing we have control over right now is getting ready for Delaware. So we are going to prepare. It's our Super Bowl. Every game for the rest of the year is our Super Bowl. So we need to be 10 toes down, staying present. We don't have control over any more of what happened at Monmouth, what happened at Hampton, what happened at William Mary. We have control over Delaware. So I think we need to be 10 toes down, trying to go down there and get a win against a really good team.
Last question.
Coach, you guys did a great job of containing up deep this year today. Big score in the conference. What was the key to getting that done?
These guys, you know what I mean? He was 3 for 14, 2 for 11 from 3 with 9 points. To your point, he's the leading scorer in the conference. I think he's the most dangerous player in our conference. When he gets going, he can really get going. I thought our guys really followed the game plan. Again, you can have a good game plan if they don't bring it to life. It's not worth anything. I thought they really brought it to life. I thought they were really dialed in on him. Again, I wish they didn't shoot 35 free throws. So that's really to me the story of the game from a defense. We try to pride ourselves with defense. 35 free throws, a lot of free throws. So really, and we knew going into it, Durr was good at getting there. And, they have a Batman and Robin. One guy averages 20, one guy averages 16, and the Robin got us tonight.
Thank you.